All right, we're going to start out by accessing. Here you see the familiar manifest of courses that you'll be taking or delivering. I'm going to enter Neurology Bio 125, Section B01. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is create the Blackboard Ultra Meeting Room by adding a tool link to the course. The type of tool link is going to be Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. The name of the tool link will be live and recorded lectures. We'll then submit this. Notice that it is closed to students right now. I'm going to take this and drag it upward in the course all the way up to the top. Place it where it's obvious to students. Let's say right there. Now if I click on the link, it'll allow me to set up the meeting room on the course room. Now there's a difference between a course room and a course session. A session is an individual event, whereas the course room is a permanent location. But there are differences. In both instances, you can set up a guest link after you save and copy-paste this and send it to guests. However, guests don't get their attendance tracked, and guests don't really show up in the record as well as an attendee. While we're on the screen for the course room, you can see that there are various parameters that can be set over here on the right nav panel. I'm going to allow recordings to be downloaded by the students for argument's sake. We'll save this off. Since I said on the previous screen, go ahead and allow guest access. If I go back there now, I have the guest access link, but I can Control-C to copy. And it tells you to Control-C if you press this thing. I'm not even certain it works. Sometimes it doesn't. But now here's where the magic happens. Forget about this room. Lock it up. Okay? It starts out default, it's unlocked. What I'd like you to do, what I advise you to do, is lock this course room up so nobody can come in, and then create your sessions. So what is a session? Well, let's say that my session starts tomorrow on the 10th. And it goes from, let's say, for argument's sake, 8:30 a.m. and it's going to end at 9, well, let's say 10:30 a.m. also, in the a.m., okay? And now I'm going to say this is going to be a repeat session delivered every Friday. Now, what if it was delivered every Monday and Friday? Well, I could do that too. See? Both turn green. Okay, I'm just going to leave it every Friday here. In fact, this course happens to meet on Thursdays, so I will set it up. It meets at 8:30. It ends at later than this. I'll set it up this way, okay? So I want it to end after, let's say I have another 13 occurrences for argument's sake. I see create. I'm going to give it this guest access link, but I'm not going to share that with anyone. You notice it's not saving. The reason it's not saving is there is no session name. Here's the session name. Make up whatever you want. Now I can save. So I created a session, I saved it, and I close this, and here's my session right here. Now, since it's a recurring session, if I hit the arrow, the caret, it's going to show each and every session that we're going to have. So there's one this next week on the 16th, the week thereafter, the week thereafter that, all the way through until the course ends. It looks like I overshot it. It's probably ending in here someplace. So when the time comes, the student will come into the course session. Basically, it'll look like this, and all they have to do is click on the ... menu, and they'll have a gadget here that'll say join session. Join session. I can make this happen right now. I can set the meeting for 8:30 p.m. to last until 12:30 a.m. I can specify up to 30-minute early entry. Let's see how this worked out. Let's go back. So I'm now re-entering the folder. Here's the problem. .30 p.m. Okay, a little bit of a mix-up there. Try it now. And now it allows me to join session. Let's do it. So for a student to join a session, now all they need to do is go to the folder that says live and recorded, click there, and they see the session immediately. They just say join session, and they're right in. As an instructor, one of the things I can do is start the recording. As an instructor, I can open up the right nav bar. I can see everyone in the meeting by clicking on participants. I can talk to them individually or as a group by clicking the chat to the left there. Okay, so this is chat. This is participants. Each participant has statistical data, how quick their connection is. You can make them able to type captions. Up at the top here, you can mute all. This is very convenient, necessary, when they're making lots of noise in the audience. If you had tons of people attending, you could find a particular attendee in order to initiate a chat with them. Another feature of the chat is the ability to add emojis. It's got a full complement of these. Here's one for graduation. Okay. Now comes the goodies. Share screen. So we can share a blank whiteboard, and we can pick up tools in the whiteboard like text. And if we want to, we can actually take that text and enlarge it by clicking over here, plus, 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 plus. Scroll it so it's more centralized, and we're good to go. You can change colors, add another text gadget. Now, because I magnified the screen, my text is now larger. So that's one way to deal with getting messages across to students taking notes and so forth. You can also do the freehand drawing thing, particularly useful if you have a tablet that goes along with your computer. This is just a pointer. You want to point to things. And again, we can resume original size. Actual size. And stop the whiteboard share. We can share application screens. This is important because if you do the whole screen, you can click off share audio, and when you share it, you can actually play the audio to your audience. So if I go to YouTube, chat soon.
The video you're watching went viral overnight, exposing what's happening here to the entire world, where the destruction of our planet has spiraled out of control. Our team is here fighting against the people killing our planet. It all began when I formed a network of nonprofits and scientists.
Okay. Now, you see what just happened? This is video feedback. You need to just immediately hit one of the other tabs so that goes away. But you will need it to adjust things like going to a different share screen, because you can also share applications instead of just the entire screen. And that'll just pull up that one application, but you don't get the ability to share the audio in that respect. You can share files. PDFs, PowerPoints can be shared to your students this way, right within the platform. And an interesting feature is the polling, where you can make up a multiple choice question and give them potential answers. Their audience will see and respond as they see fit. When everybody has responded, you'll see the opinion of the audience, and it will enable you to see, to self-evaluate. Do the students actually understand the concept that you've just covered? Locking the poll prevents them from changing their answers. Clearing the poll allows them to take another crack at it. So that's the polling. And then we have the breakout groups, where we can take people and situate them into different rooms for discussions. The settings control all the way on the bottom right of the right nav bar enables us to check on our camera settings. You see this is showing me that my mic is working. And if I say yes, audio is working, it'll then jump to my camera and show me that my camera is on and able. So yes, video is working there. Use your phone for audio. It's possible to dial in if you prefer that methodology. And you can adjust the speaker volume down here, but it doesn't play. In order to play and hear your speaker, you got to go down to your bottom control panel on the computer and play away at it, because this thing, although it sets it, it doesn't actually make any sounds. Usually, I just leave all these notifications on. And you can report an issue if you see one. You can show pictures, but you can restrict only your picture to being shown. And you can change your picture by clicking on this pencil. Okay. I think I may have clicked on sessions. If it's not already up, it'll come up soon. You just click on it, and then over here from the menu you say watch now, or if you've enabled download in that previous thing, you can say download. You can also get a link if you prefer that method for whatever reason. If you like copying and pasting links, by all means, you can do so. I prefer to automate the process. I prefer that the recordings automatically are posted. That's why I like Collaborate. There may be limitations. We don't know yet. I know I'm over time, but we'll have to check it out, because it's possible that the robustness of this platform is not as good as Zoom. I have 2 students who have been kicked out of rooms who are using Optimum as their internet carrier. They have very, very poor statistics on the connection, and they are losing their connection. They have to come back into the room. We're going to test this out on Zoom. I'll report back to everyone and let you know if they still have that problem within Zoom. Some of the students report to me that that same students have always had a problem getting bounced out of rooms, that it's not peculiar to Collaborate. The students themselves tell me they don't have a problem with Zoom, that it's only Collaborate. I don't know who to believe yet. We will find out, so stay tuned. Thanks for your attention. I hope this did you some good. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.